Hi everyone, I'm Hasan. I'm a doctor currently working in the UK, and today I'm going to be talking about my top 10 medical school interview tips and how you can really perfect your own interview skills. Stay tuned, it's going to be a banger. My first point is don't delay, start today. Start preparation early, you won't regret it. It's better to start 6 weeks in advance than find yourself 2 weeks from the interview struggling to answer why you want to study medicine. Don't listen to people who tell you not to start practicing interviews now because you might sound over-rehearsed on your interview day. That's not true. In fact, those are the same people who started studying for their exams 3 months ago but tell you on the exam day they haven't opened their books yet. Yes, you. I see you all! I've come across a lot of students who know they have interviews on the horizon, but don't start practicing until 10 days before the interview. Now sure, there's a lot you can cover in 10 days, but that stress and unnecessary pressure and panic is not what you want to be putting yourself through. You'll be in a much calmer and peaceful state of mind if you start preparing early. Take the example of politicians, who are probably some of the best public speakers we have in the country. They're not worrying about sounding over-prepared before parliamentary Q&As or interviews with the media. In fact, they try and pick up as much facts, statistics and knowledge about the topic they're going to be speaking about, so when they're asked about it, they can adapt their answers to the question with the background knowledge that they have. And that's another point. You don't need to be memorizing your answers word for word. Rather, memorize and learn the points which you want to speak about for each answer and keep those in the back of your minds. So when you're asked about a question, even in a slightly different way than you expected, you're able to adapt those points to the answer and you don't find yourself stuttering and trying to memorize word for word the exact answer you gave 10 days ago in practice. My third tip is try making a PowerPoint presentation, and on each new slide, put the title as the question and then your bullet point answers underneath. For example, why medicine? Put that as the title and then your 3 reasons why you want to study medicine underneath it, and maybe any personal examples alongside them. However, don't write out your whole answer word for word, and continue doing this with all of the questions you prepare answers for. This will mean eventually, after a few days or weeks of practice, you have a large bank of dozens and dozens and dozens of questions which you can flick through every day to remind and refresh yourself of your points. My fourth tip is practice with people whenever possible, as soon as possible. You'll read a lot on the internet of people saying practice in front of a mirror or record yourself while answering a question. Those are okay, but that's not what an interview really is. An interview is you sitting in front of another person, sometimes many people, on a panel and answering their questions and taking in all the pressure that comes with that. The pressure that a mirror or a camera just can't offer you. So it's good to get used to that as soon as possible, and it will help you on your interview day. Although it's good to practice with medical students and doctors because they can give you good focused advice, family, friends, teachers are still good and useful and better than nothing. Speaking about yourself and showing off your natural personality traits isn't something we do on a daily basis, so it's good to get in the mode of that. Pick 3 questions every day or give your family member an interview book and just ask them to ask it to you. Just practice giving that answer in front of them. You'll notice it improves your confidence and ability to speak in front of others. My 5th point is when you know which university your medical school interview is from, go online, go on Google and type in common medical school interview questions from XYZ university and go through the top 10 searches. You might find some past questions or common themes which that university tend to test students on, and it's a good way of guiding your own practice. Also remember to research about why you want to study at that university and go on their website and find 2 or 3 interesting facts about that specific medical school and what makes them an appealing choice for you. Number 6 is don't be boring. Don't be monotonous. Remember, the interviewers are human. I've sat in interview panels myself, and I know after 4, 5, 6 students all coming through giving the same answers, you can start zoning in and out momentarily. You'll be amazed at how you can capture someone's attention just from the way you're speaking, and also how you can lose someone's attention just from the way you're speaking. For example, if I'm talking about my work experience, I wouldn't do this. I saw the surgeon take out the appendix of a patient, and I liked seeing the hand-eye coordination of the surgeon, and that really inspired me, and I would like to be able to do something like that in the future. You see how just through the voice there you started to zone out of what I was saying. That happens. Some candidates come and start speaking like that. But even for those candidates, that's not their natural way of speaking usually. It's just how they feel like they need to speak in an interview. They need to be more serious. You can be professional without being boring. My 7th point is know your personal statement inside out. I know some universities don't look at your personal statement during the interview stage, which is great, but if you know that they do, make sure you know your personal statement. I'll give you an example. I know someone who in their personal statement, in the opening paragraph, they wrote that they enjoy chess. The first question the interviewers asked was, can you tell us what your favourite opening chess move is? And he didn't know. He didn't have one and he couldn't answer. And that was just a really bad start to the rest of the interview. So if you've put something in your personal statement, make sure you can talk about it. Make sure you can show what you've learned from it. Make sure you can tell them what you enjoyed about it. My 8th point is try and personalise your answers. Interviewers are genuinely interested in getting to know more about you and how you view things. For example, if they ask you about what volunteering work you've done, tell them what you've done, tell them what you enjoyed about it, and tell them what you learned from it. Those reflections are more important to the interviewers than what you actually done. My 9th tip is remember that in an MMI interview, every station is another chance to impress. The interviewer has no idea about what happened in your previous station. It also gives you a blank slate. If the previous station went badly, remember this is your chance again to show this interviewer why you are an excellent candidate, and it might actually end up outweighing what happened in your previous station. So don't give up and don't lose heart at any point throughout your interview. My 10th and final point is practice. Practice, practice. Getting a medical school interview is a big deal and we should give it its due right and respect when it comes to preparation. You need to put in the hard work and the graft, so come interview day you know you've given it your best shot and you're not left ruining or regretting what could or might have been. So I hope you found those useful. Those are my top 10 medical school interview tips. If you do have an upcoming interview, I am offering a medical school mock interview service which you can message me on my Instagram for more details about. Otherwise, I'll see you all later. Please remember to like, subscribe, and stay safe.